When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon I'll be knocking on your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. Hey, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend? When people can be so cold, they'll hurt you and desert you. They'll take your soul if you let them, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend.
We need one another when we mourn and would be comforted. We need one another when we are in trouble and afraid. We need one another when we are in despair, in temptation, and need to be recalled to our best selves again. We need one another when we would accomplish some great purpose and cannot do it alone. We need one another in the hour of success, when we look for someone to share our triumphs with. We need one another in the hour of defeat, when with encouragement we might endure and stand again. We need one another to remind us that we share this journey of life as we share the earth, our home. All our lives we are in need, and others are in need of us. These words by George Odell welcome all those who have gathered on Zoom this morning for our Sunday service. Welcome to regular members of the congregation, to any friends and visitors who are with us today, particularly anyone who's here for the first time. Also those who might be listening in via the podcast or watching us on YouTube at some point later. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name's Jane Blackall. I've been part of this congregation for 22 years now. I'm currently the ministry coordinator and just finishing up my ministry training with Unitarian College. This morning's service is on the theme of caring. It's led by members of the recently formed Kensington Unitarians Pastoral Network. Since our previous minister, Sarah Tinker, retired at the end of last year, we've been thinking about how we can take more shared responsibility for our ministry here. Now, in many ways, pastoral care just comes naturally. We're caring people. We like to look out for each other, to be mutually supportive. It is just something we do naturally. But especially during this past year, when the pandemic has kept us mostly physically apart, we've had to be a bit more intentional about keeping in touch and reaching out to each other in new ways. So the Pastoral Network is a part of that. A small group of congregation members have offered to be there if people want to reach out for a friendly chat and a listening ear once in a while. The network is me, Janine, Pat, Chloe, Marianne and Sonya, with help from John and Roy. But as we reflect on this subject of caring in today's service, perhaps we can consider how each and every one of us can play our part in giving and receiving care, both gently offering support to others and vulnerably asking for and accepting the help that we need in a community such as this one. Before we go any further though, let us take a moment to make sure we've fully arrived. Do what you need to do to get settled. You might want to wiggle and stretch. You might want to take a conscious breath. Do your best to set aside, if you can, anything that you don't need to think about for the next hour. Feel free to turn your camera off if it makes it easier for you to focus. We do like to see all your lovely faces in the gallery, but it is absolutely fine to lurk in the virtual back row with your camera off. There'll be various opportunities to join in as we go along, but they're all entirely optional. Whoever you are, however you are, whatever side you got out of bed this morning, you are welcome in this gathering, just as you are. I'm going to light our chalice now, as I do each Sunday and at other times when we gather. This is a simple ritual that connects us with Unitarians and Unitarian Universalists the world over, and it reminds us of the progressive religious tradition of which our gathering is a part. Bring who you are as you enter this gathering this morning. Bring your best self and your struggling self. Bring your mistakes and your triumphs. Bring your shortcomings and your recommitment to the good. Bring yourself here and open your heart to beauty, to truth, to the door that is open to the presence of God. Here in this community, we are trying to walk together on the peaceable way, trying to hammer out division and hatred and all that separates one from another, trying to embody beloved community as we reach out in mutual caring. We try and we fall short, but held in love, we'll try again. We come together this morning as a church to bow our heads in prayer, to raise our voices in song, to remember our promises and vow to live by them once again. So let's take all those joys and concerns we heard expressed, all those little windows into our shared human condition, and let's take them in a spirit of loving kindness into our time of prayer now. As I always say, let's do what we need to do to get into the right state of body and mind to pray together. You might find that there's a posture that helps you feel more prayerful. You might want to close your eyes. Maybe you want to look at the candle flame, whatever works for you. Whatever helps you to be fully present here and now in this sacred time and space with ourselves, each other, and with that which is both within us and beyond us. Spirit of life, God of all love, in whom we live and move and have our being. As we turn our attentions to the depths of this life, the cosmic mystery and wisdom that abides in all that is, we tune into your holy presence within us and amongst us. We give thanks this morning for all of nature's many gifts, and for signs that spring is at last truly on its way. We give thanks for caring friends and compassionate neighbours. We give thanks for the communion of all those who seek to serve others. Each of us carries our own private griefs and burdens. Sometimes we can share these, be vulnerable with others, and for the open hearts which respond in kindness, we are so grateful. Sometimes the world bears heavy upon us. We struggle alone, search the depths and long for healing, for hope, for strength, which give their grace and peace. May we be strengthened in our efforts to be of service, and may each of us be mindful of any aspects of privilege and comfort we benefit from, aspects that many others are surely denied. May our prayer be that we always see clearly and keep before us the commandment to care, and may we always try to be inclusive and open, rather than exclusive and narrow. On this day and every day, may we give thanks, but also be dissatisfied with the world as it is, for a new and better world is still waiting to be realised. And may our spirits and bodies be nourished and nurtured as we give thanks in praise of all that sustains and heals and holds us, all that is holy. In our company this morning and every time we gather in community, there will be those whose hearts are freshly broken open by loss and grief, rejection and loneliness, disappointment and meaninglessness. Let us spend a quiet moment now directing prayers of loving kindness to the broken-hearted. In our company this morning and every time we gather in community, there will be those whose hearts are full and overflowing, buoyed by the beauty of nature and culture, uplifted by family and friends. Let us spend a quiet moment now directing prayers of gratitude for all that is good in our lives. In our company this morning and every time we gather in community, there will be those who are simply keeping on as best they can. Their hearts a blessed, messy blend of all life's mixed emotions. So let us spend another quiet moment asking for what we need this day to face life's ups and downs. Spirit of life, God of all love, As this time of prayer comes to a close, we offer up our joys and our concerns, our hopes and our fears, our beauty and our brokenness, and we call on you for insight, healing and renewal. As we look forward now to the coming week, help us to live well each day and be our best selves, using our unique gifts in the service of love, justice and peace. Amen. We're going to sing together now. Our first hymn today is called When I Am Frightened. It speaks of the many ways in which people might be struggling in life and the many ways in which we can respond in loving kindness to one another. This recording is by the Unitarian Music Society, and the words will appear on screen in a moment for you to sing along. We'll try and make sure you all stay muted. But as usual, if you don't fancy singing, it's absolutely fine just to listen instead. So I'm going to hand over in a moment to Chloë, first of all, and then Sonya for a reflection and then an extended meditation on the many different ways in which we can show care for each other, both in the context of this church community in particular, and more broadly in all of the many and varied relationships of our lives.
The American author, relationship counselor and Baptist pastor, Dr. Gary Chapman, introduced the concept of the 5 love languages through his acclaimed book, first published in 1992, which explores the idea that there are different ways that love and care can be expressed and understood, and that people have innate preferences for how they wish to receive love. We tend to give affection in the way we prefer to receive it, which may not be the same as our loved ones. In life, we try to navigate communicating in a way that the recipient understands, which fits with their model of the world, and this can be quite different to ours. And the same is true when it comes to love, care, or appreciation. Are we communicating this in a way that the person can hear and understand it? These 5 love languages can be applicable across all sorts of relationships in our lives. Anybody we might be supporting emotionally, our families, friends, colleagues, students, neighbours. Gary Chapman's model suggests that there are 5 main ways of which we can show care. Speaking words of affirmation, spending quality time, giving gifts, performing acts of service, and physical touch. So let's consider each of those in turn. Words of affirmation. People who respond primarily to this love language appreciate the power of words and value verbal validation. Ways to express this love language might be verbal compliments to show you care and that you notice. Words of encouragement, words conveying empathy, praise, words that affirm, the absence of criticism, and instead choosing rallying and optimistic words, which over time can build up a sense of security and self for the person who values this love language. It could be expressed through letters, leaving notes, emails, phone calls, voicemail messages, text messages. Quality time. Identifying strongly with this love language means an appreciation of spending time with others, sharing an activity together, having moments of undivided attention with the other, stimulating conversation, really listening to each other, and making memories together. Giving gifts. This is one of the primary ways in which humans around the world engage in a transaction of affection. When we respond primarily to this love language, the act of exchanging gifts, a token of affection, no matter how small, can instill a sense of being valued, of being thought of, that the other person cares enough that they took the time to seek out and deliver a tangible demonstration of warmth and connection. A gift serves as a visual reminder that we are appreciated. Acts of service. According to Dr. Chapman, an act of service is the non-verbal form of care that can be time-consuming and demanding. A useful physical gesture that helps to relieve the responsibilities and burdens of another. If this love language resonates with us, it is action rather than words that contribute to feeling secure and cared for. When people support us meaningfully with dedicated time and energy, it's these valuable demonstrations that foster a sense of well-being. Physical touch. Touch can be a powerful way of communicating emotion and affection. For many of us, to feel connectedness and solidarity with another through touch can be more affirming than any words or time spent together. Touch can promote a feeling of security, safety, being supported. A caress can be life-enhancing and tender. A hug, a warm, reassuring pat on the back, a hand on the shoulder, locking arms, holding a hand. For someone who speaks the primary love language of touch, it can be a crucial way of feeling valued and cared for. So that's the 5 love languages. By learning how to speak each other's love language, it means that both people in the relationship get to feel supported and seen. Personally, I think it's useful to think about our relationships with others in this way. It helps us to pay more attention and to foster more fulfilling relationships and to feel more connected with the people we interact with.
Thank you, Chloe. It was a great reminder. And often 1 or 2 of those will be highlighted for you. So I've been invited to take us through a reflective guided meditation this morning. And it's more spacious than we normally take, so it could be between 4 to 8 minutes. So, and we're going to explore the qualities in making it more visceral, more real in our bodies this morning. And then that will take us into shared stillness. And if some of you like to look at something, the chalice flame will be on the screen. And then after that, Marilisa will be singing the very popular song, Everybody Hurts, which reminds us that all of us hurt at some point in our lives and we all need care. And as always, you know, use these words or not use these words, and or take yourself into your own personal meditation. Everything here is always just an offering. Okay, so when you're ready, this is the opportunity you have to either turn off the camera, lie down, close your eyes, rejig your body so that you feel comfortable and open to explore. Thank you. So just take a breath and feel your feet on the floor. And then see if you can recall a time where you felt loved and cared for. And what did that feel like in your body? And if you can't think of a time right now, imagine it. Imagine what you'd like to feel when you feel loved and cared for. And send that to all the cells in your body. Some of us might feel energized. Some of us might feel calm when we feel loved and cared for. So we're going to explore how we feel loved and cared for. And the first one is to imagine, sense, or feel the following affirming words. And once again, use your own words if that feels right. You are amazing. You look very handsome. I love what you're wearing. You're so kind and thoughtful. I don't know what I'd do without you. Thank you. I really appreciate your generosity of spirit. And take that in, breathe that in, or words into your body. Do words make you feel cared for? The next one. Imagine, sense, or feel receiving the following gifts, or gifts you might like to receive. A box of chocolates. Money is gifted to you to use for whatever you want. A card saying I love you. Tickets to a concert. A care package arrives in the post with all the things you love just when you needed it. Do gifts make you feel cared for? And breathe that in. And now imagine, sense, or feel receiving physical touch. When you're expressing a joy or a concern, do you just want someone to give you a hug, pat you on the back, give you a kiss, massage your shoulders, hold your hand? And breathe that in. Does touch make you feel cared for? Imagine, sense, or feel receiving quality time. You're spending time with someone who is completely there for you. There are no distractions. You feel the other person is totally present to you and what you're doing together. Your conversation flows and you feel seen, heard, and understood. Does quality time make you feel cared for? And finally, imagine, sense, or feel receiving an act of service. This is without you having to ask or having to pay for. Your car is cleaned. A friend picks up your kids from school. A neighbor fixes a leaking tap. Your partner or friend makes you a meal. Someone does your laundry. Do acts of service make you feel cared for? And breathe that in. As we come to the end of this meditation into stillness, allow yourself to explore that and notice what your body feels. May you know that you are cared for. May you know how you like to be cared for. May you give and receive this care from yourself and from others in all ways, always. Amen.
when the day is long and the night is yours alone, when you're sure you've had enough of this life, well, hang on. Don't let yourself go. Everybody cries, everybody hurts sometimes. Sometimes everything is wrong. Now it's time to sing along when your day is night alone. Hold on if you feel like letting go. Hold on when you think you've had too much of this life. Well, hang on. Everybody hurts. Take comfort in your friends. Everybody hurts. Don't throw your hand. Oh, no. Don't throw your hand when you feel like you're alone. No, 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 you're not alone. If you're on your own in this life, the days and nights are long. When you think you've had too much of this life, to hang on. Well, everybody hurts sometimes. Everybody cries. Everybody hurts sometimes.
Our need for connection. For many years, I worked as a community worker at a neighbourhood centre in Hammersmith. And I learned from the people who were part of that community that whatever your background, your health condition, your politics, or your financial status, we all have a need for social connection. The feeling that we belong to a group who we can reach out to and trust we will be heard and respected. For me, the Unitarian Church community provides this space. When I first attended Essex Church, I had a real need for social connection, and I felt welcomed in such an open-minded way that I knew I would be coming back for more. In 2019, I underwent surgery, which left me housebound for some time. During this time, I was contacted by the church to ask if I would like a visit. And although I declined this kind offer, I felt that I was being cared for, that I belonged. Just to know that someone was thinking of me was uplifting. We all need to connect and care for ourselves, others, and our environment. And in order to do this, we also need to feel safe in the knowledge that our wishes are considered and our boundaries are kept. Caring does not need to be complicated. We can reach out by sending a card or phoning someone who is unwell or feeling isolated. We can show we care and that we want to connect in small ways. Sometimes just a smile or a few words of a neighbour is enough. It is in this process of connecting with others that we realise that we are actually creating a connection with ourselves and that it's okay to be who we are. In today's problematic world where we often feel we can do nothing, it is the small acts of kindness, of helping one another, that make us feel empowered. Our daily choices and actions can have a significant impact on the world. In the words of Ram Dass, we are all just walking each other home.
Thank you for that, and thanks Sonya, and thanks Chloe for your contributions, and indeed to all of the members of the Pastoral Network who were involved in planning today's service. We've heard these reflections on how simple acts of caring, of reaching out to each other in loving kindness, sensitively tuning into each other's needs and the particular unique way in which we each like to be cared for, and perhaps also the importance of being ready and willing to accept the care that we might be offered. All of these can really make an enormous difference in helping each other make it through the tough times in life. So don't forget that the Pastoral Network is available if you need a listening ear from time to time. You can email care@kensington-unitarians.org.uk or contact me and we'll put you in touch with someone. But also don't forget there is already a whole network of kind and caring people out there in this congregation. I know many of you are already quietly, thoughtfully looking out for each other, and that means a great deal. So time for one more chance to sing together now. Not a hymn, but a song, an old favourite too, Lean on Me. What better song to represent the give and take of sharing care in community. Marilisa has recorded a lovely new version of this golden oldie for us to sing along with. So always we make sure you're muted, but feel free to sing along because it's a lovely rendition.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you don't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry. I'm right up the road, I'll share your load if you just call me. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Ooh, somebody to lean on.
Just a few announcements now. Thanks to Janine for hosting today, to Marilisa for the great music, and of course to Chloe and Sonya and Pat for their contributions. There are, as always, a number of opportunities to connect in the week ahead. Coffee morning at 10:30 on Tuesday, as usual, on Zoom. And there are still a few spaces for tonight's Heart and Soul, our contemplative spiritual gathering on the theme of pleasure. There's a National Unitarian event coming up again online in a couple of weeks. From the 17th to the 19th of June, there will be 3 Unitarian Societies Days, in which various special interest groups within Unitarianism will give presentations and run activities. It's free to attend, but you need to register ahead of time. The full details are in this week's email, but if you want to know more about the Unitarian Music Society, the Unitarian Women's Group, the Earth Spirit Network, and all sorts of others, you might enjoy popping in. And it is understood that people will drop in and out. You don't have to go to all 3 days of the conference on Zoom. Don't forget, after the service, we'll have virtual coffee time afterwards, 10 minutes of chat in small groups if you'd like. And we always like to take a group photo straight after the service, after the closing music. So please do stick around for that as well. We'll be back again on Zoom next week at 10 o'clock. It's fine to share the link with your friends. Feel free to drop us a line in the week to get in touch if you'd like to say hello. It's harder to get to know newcomers in this Zoom situation, so we really love to hear from you. And just a reminder, not a nag, anyone who hasn't yet emailed me to reaffirm their membership, please do so. I want to send out a contacts list to congregation members in the very near future, and I don't want to have to hassle you about it. Thank you. So we've just got some brief closing words now, followed by one more cheerful song by Marilisa, another celebration of friendship, this time by Pete Seeger. I've had this as an earworm all week, so I pass it on to you. I invite you to select gallery view once again at this point so we can all see each other and get a sense of the connectedness of our community for the closing words. We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, our care for each other. Our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith goes on. So until we're together again, friends, be strong, be well, be true, be loving. And in the days to come, may you be a blessing to all you meet, bringing care and loving kindness wherever you may go. Amen.
Just when I thought all was lost, you changed my mind. You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap. You showed me we could learn to share in time. You and me and Rockefeller, I'll keep plugging on. Your face will shine through all our tears. And when we sing another little victory song, precious friend, you will be there, singing in harmony. Precious friend, you will be there. Just when I thought all was lost, you changed You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap. You showed me we could learn to share in time. You and me and Rockefeller, I'll keep plugging on. Your face will shine through all the tears. And when we sing another little victory song, precious friend, you will be there, singing in harmony. Precious friend.